So previously, the party had been attacked by a lethal gang of wanderers, and Chuman had been knocked down. To recover, as a general pit stop, you arrived in the strip mine city of Baskar. Once there, and dropping Chuman off in the loving hands of the infirmary, you were asked by Yae Vasarako, the captain of the Doomstriders here in Baskar, to speak to a crime informant in her stead. Doing so, one thing led to another, and you've been asked to rescue the son of a very terse and stressed scion, Alzir Orion. His son has been kidnapped this past month. Taking the elevator down into the secret underbelly of Baskar, Mouse reunited with you shortly before the gang was attacked by a group of hidden Duergar guarding the entrance. The bridge destroyed in flames, but Twig and Xalia are drenched in water. You all delved deeper into the mine shaft, following the cart rails, when you came upon a large pit and someone with a big mouth somewhere in the vicinity. So here, the trolley tracks make their way toward this new area of the mine. You're just walking along and following the area. It seems like it's been dug out in just one section. There's no branching or anything. It's just, it goes here until you come from this. From the gentle pulse of dragon shards, along with the torchlight and blessing of Selene, you can make out that there is a gaping, somewhat circular, somewhat oval hole in the middle of this room, stretching who knows how long and how deep. There is a wooden platform that juts out from the cliff toward a middle pillar of rock in the gap. What was once the work of a single pick or shovel, but over time this colossal portal into the unknown was dug out by many hands working together, searching for secrets that lay beneath the sands. You enter this space from the northeast. To the west is a ramp that curls around the hole, heading upwards some 10 feet. You can hear a precise, rhythmic hammering against rock in this direction. To your south, the track gently slips downwards. The rails, worn by the wheels of mine carts, disappear into the darkness of a tunnel that continues spiraling out of sight. Across the pit, you can see the flicker of firelight around a wall and a loud voice regaling companions of a success story before quieting after the word practice. What would you like to do?
So the voice is coming from this direction?
The voice is coming from the south.
The south.
There is a rhythmic pounding sound of like some sort of implement against rock to the west.
Okay.
Where you came. You look around. Smells dusty, like a cavern.
Yeah.
Chuman, this is a familiar smell to you. It's kind of chilly. You know, there's no warmth down here, being out of the sun, and but it is otherwise dry. The gray rock is cool to the touch as you guys make your way down this rail track.
I think Zoaz is going to sort of like press himself against the wall and try and peek around the corner right here.
Okay. Make
So
a
roll a
perception check,
stealth
please.
check. Oh, a perception check? I was going to roll stealth as well to see how well he's hiding.
Okay, you may do that as well. Thank you. Okay.
Good job,
Zoaz.
Starting things off right.
Uh-huh.
Zoaz, you head over to, you press yourself against the wall, but the mine track is not where you assume it to be, and you stumble a bit over it, but making not too much noise, you catch yourself against the wall, putting both hands on it to steady yourself, and then turn around and do kind of like a sideways peek over. You can see a long bridge that juts out from this southern track. it goes out to extend into another kind of half-circle bridge that encompasses this middle pillar. There's ropes going to it from both sides of this bottomless pit. Bottomless question mark? Bottomless pit, acting as supports that keep it there. And you can see that the mine rails slope downwards into this tunnel. And that's what you see with the 7.
Okay. Zoaz doesn't see anyone, so he's gonna sort of cautiously, step away from the wall and start making his way, or start forging a path just a little bit down this way.
Oh, a detail I neglected. You can see that far, right? Like you can see. You can see
this
like
is
here.
About as far as I can see. I can see to here as well, but like in this direction, or like to the east. Because this is about as far as I can see.
Okay. Your Selene's blessing allows you to see through the dark. Oh my goodness. See.
I can breathe in the dark.
See through the dark.
Yes.
And then a detail I neglected to mention is you can see that there is, you can see the firelight coming from this direction from the south. You can see it because that part is not enclosed. There is a sort of like a cliff or a shelf or some sort of
there's like a lip
above.
here. This portion is higher up than we are. I assume.
Correct.
Okay. So I can't see what's on top of it, but I can see the firelight.
Not from your position, yeah.
Cool.
And then the south goes down, and then the west goes up. And then, sorry. Restate what you would like to do.
Seeing nobody in this direction, Zoaz is going to head to the west a little bit. Start cautiously, poking ahead.
There was a note that I think someone found on one of the corpses in the ambush. That's something about upper and lower levels. What was?
I think Makayla found that note, and if I remember correctly, the note was just hastily scrawled, saying to remove everyone from the upper level and move them to a lower level, or move them into the public dig site.
Okay. Thank you. Did I cut you off, Aegis?
You did not.
Okay, sorry.
Just, Zoaz is going to start cautiously heading to the west.
Yeah, I feel like, if west is up, I think Makayla would be curious what they're moving people away from, which was upper, right? So she'd follow.
Okay.
She would just kind of, take your lead. She can't see. She's the only one in this party right now without dark vision, so she's taking your lead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Everyone else was touched.
Yeah.
Well,
or has natural dark vision.
I have a limit as to who I can hit, and Zoaz chose a couple different people, but Makayla was not one of them.
To review the torch situation, Mouse has a torch lit.
Yeah.
And she seems intent on keeping it lit until someone tells her otherwise. And I think someone else has a torch, but I think it was Makayla, but I think you
Makayla, but
it.
I think I specifically doused it.
Okay.
At some point.
Okay. So as you all stand here in this corridor, Zoaz and Makayla seem intent on moving forward. What the rest of you like to do?
Xalia is just kind of following along at this point. Like, you can hear, there's voices, right?
Yes, there is a loud, kind of like cackling voice to the south. And as far as other noise, there's like just a clong, clong, clong to the west.
There's been a minor illusion and an exact copy of that cackling voice right here.
Zoaz is going to visibly like startle and jump a bit, and whip around, and see Xalia doing her thing, and just.
He's gonna do it like 30 feet down in the pit.
Okay. You guys hear a loud. The owner of the original voice. You guys hear a loud, "Hey, what was that? That sounded like me over there. Do you guys see a light?" And you guys probably have precious few seconds to react before someone goes and checks.
I think at this point, Pastiche is going to slink a little further behind the party and go sneaky mode.
Chuman also steps back and then says over to Mouse to turn the light off.
Alright. Mouse quickly scrapes the torch against the ground to put it out, and she runs back behind Chuman.
Zoaz is going to grab Makayla by the hand and like lead her back so that she doesn't trip and fall in the darkness.
Okay.
So like, yeah.
And then
back here.
So everyone that is hiding, roll stealth checks. With advantage, because you're in the darkness.
Alright, Zoaz, don't fail me now. Okay, that's not bad. It's pretty good, in fact. Oh! Chuman's a hero.
Sick.
Twig's even more of a hero!
Must have been the wind.
Okay.
Hold on.
As the party
God.
immediately shifts behind you, Xalia, what would you like to do?
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Uh-oh.
That sounds about right for Xalia.
Unwise!
And she's just gonna kind of look at them funny and just sit there.
Okay. And thus ended the incredible adventures of... No, I'm just kidding. Alright. Let's see...
Is it possible for me to like quickly pull Makayla behind the rock before they see her?
Your
You
natural
mean
20
Xalia?
represents that, perhaps. You mean
Okay.
Xalia?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that because you rolled a natural 20. I'll allow this. So, Xalia, as you turn around, with a quizzical look, you are yanked forward suddenly by the firm hand of Chuman and pulled around the rock. As you guys can hear some hushed conversation. Like some murmuring on the other side, as you can see peeking around, sort of like anime, like kid style, like where the heads stack on top of each other. You can see peeking around the wall, an interesting trio. At the bottom is a woman's face. Right above that one is it's a little too difficult to make out the features from this distance, but you can see a woman's face, you can see a red-haired, red-bearded face, and you can see a very large, wide, rounded, tusked face. They have a quizzical look looking around. There's a moment. As fortune would have it, the feminine face looks up to the other ones, shrugs, and then they all disappear back behind the wall.
Different saves don't have different dice, right?
No.
No, it's all
Okay.
d20s.
For some reason, I can always recognize when Xalia is rolling a wisdom save.
No, it's because Val's really good at making it clear when she's rolling Xalia's wisdom saves.
Okay, and then the danger pass, the heart pounding, or sorry, the adrenaline pounding through your hearts. You have escaped notice for now, despite, but not for lack of trying.
Not for lack of trying.
Chuman's going to step up a couple just to make sure that they have walked back with and no longer can be seen from our position.
Okay. You don't see any faces over there anymore, certainly. But you ascertain, due to the lay of the land with your ranger expertise and also your expertise of underground caves, they do have a vantage point. If they chose to look back over, it would be easy to spot, provided they had a way to see you, because you are currently in darkness.
Okay. I'm going. Go ahead.
No, you go first.
Chuman signals to the rest of the group that can see that the coast is clear, and then he whispers over to Zoaz, "We should move quickly from this place. It'd be easy for them to spot us here."
Agreed. And Zoaz will once again grab Makayla's hand and sort of lead her over this way.
Do I have dark vision? I don't think I have dark vision.
You do not, so you are blind.
Oh no! But yeah, Zoaz is starting to make his way over this way.
Okay.
He's probably just gonna sit there then.
Once...
Hey.
Go ahead.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
Once Zoaz gets Makayla to, a safe spot, and, such he's going to say, "One moment. Stay here."
Okay.
And walk back, approach Xalia, and, carefully, bring a hand up to her and help, offer to guide her, basically.
Okay. Her skin is clammy and kind of wet. But she will follow you.
Okay. And Zoaz is going to lead her over to this way as well.
You can feel some things squirming now and then.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm being led to.
Uh-huh.
Are you guys heading west?
Yes.
Okay. So, anyone that can see, you can see a wall of rock that extends to the ceiling on your left, and to your right is the rest of the dug out cavern. You can see the minecart traveling around in a circular pattern, and you can see a cavern that is being excavated to your right, and there's a very dim, almost imperceptible red glow emanating from that cavern. And Twig, you can feel a tug on your cape, and behind you is the voice of Mouse. "Hey, I can't see you, so I'm just gonna hang on to you for a while."
Would Twig still have dark vision at this point?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like an hour, I think.
I'll put it in chat for viewing.
I think I don't have that right now.
The shared dark vision lasts for 1 hour.
You don't have it? Okay. Who did you target with with Eyes of Night? Was it not Twig and Pastiche?
I'm fairly certain it was Pastiche and Twig, and it would be one other because I have a wisdom modifier of 3.
Okay.
Uh,
Giving Twig 300 in vision then.
Thank you.
yeah.
Go ahead and select someone else.
Thought it was Xalia.
Yeah, that was Xalia, because I remember specifically being
must
like,
have been
"Hey."
Xalia.
Well, she would have let you do that anyway.
Yeah, I figure the The idea was, if anyone is likely to go off on their own, it would be Xalia, so I want her to at least be able to see where she's going when she's off on her own.
Okay. Alright, so I have given the appropriate dark vision to your token, so you should be able to see the map properly, as per Eyes of Night. Alright.
I cannot see. I can see the entire. I can see. Still. Oh, I guess it's dark vision.
This
so
should
it's
be
still
like a
gray.
Dark
gray,
vision is
kind of like a
mono, right?
grayscale.
Yeah, okay, understood.
So what are you guys doing?
Wait,
Right around the corner you can hear the pounding of some sort of implement against rock. Mouse is trying to hold on to Twig. The voices on the other side have now been reduced to a murmur.
David's gonna start walking.
Makayla just kind of has like one hand on the wall, and has like a kind of like a serious but somewhat, I don't know, like saddened, like frustrated face, I guess.
I think. Well, yeah, I think Zoaz is going to look left, look right, not see any unknown faces, and he's going to light a torch, and as soon as he's able, use Thaumaturgy to dim it slightly.
Okay.
The idea is that he's making it so it would be harder to see from, you know, a distance or, you know, around the corner or whatever.
Okay. That's cool.
Um,
You do this?
And then he is going to hand it to Makayla and say, "Here, I understand. Not everyone is gifted with sights such as mine. I may only share the blessing with so many people."
Makayla kind of like sad chuckles at that, and responds, "Thank you. I once was, but it seems these old eyes aren't what they used to be." And she kind of starts slowly moving forward.
Okay. So,
What are we seeing in this room as Xalia is being reckless?
and Xalia, you boldly march into the next room, and to your right, you can see a excavated alcove. You can see a large dragon shard embedded in the wall. It gives off a slightly brighter light than the others, perhaps because of its size. You look around, this chisel marks kind of just scar the walls, ceiling, and floor of this alcove. There's crates, carts, there's tools that lie abandoned amidst a curious floating metal orb. This orb made out of metal seems intent on attacking the wall with a drill-like mechanism.
Xalia is going to get directly in the ball's face and look at it very closely.
Okay, the ball killed you.
Okay. Thank God.
I'm kidding.
Understandable.
That
Not
escalated so quickly.
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right. So you get up to Xalia. You go ahead and take an exam. It seems to be ignoring you, or perhaps it's not capable of acknowledging your presence, but it just continues on doing its job of drilling into and repeatedly hammering its drill mechanism against this wall, and it seems to be some sort of excavation mechanism.
Can I Arcana it to see if I can figure out how it works?
Yeah, you can. You
Okay.
consider your know-how and your knowledge of your of what you've read about technology back on your home continent, and consider everyone else can move into this area, by the way. you can
Mhm.
save your tokens.
Cool.
So you consider your what you've read and what you've learned so far, and this orb it seems to be a metal casing. Just looking at it, there's various protrusions that are able to swivel and flex. It's got a drill bit and a couple stabilizing arms that is like clamping onto the walls. It hacks into it. It seems to be definitely a magical device. It seems programmable, but you're not sure how it would do this. And inside and you can see and also you can feel the magic energies of. Sorry, no, these are not magical. You can see a faint glow of Dragon Shard. So it seems to be perhaps powering this device, much like the elevators that you have been maneuvering around Baskar with. For all intents and purposes, seems like some sort of robot, automaton, but magically inclined, because surely it can't sustain itself on a Dragon Shard, which you know to be somewhat magically inert.
I'm gonna try to take it.
Okay.
How big is it?
It's basketball sized.
Okay.
She's gonna grab it by the side and
Okay.
try to walk away with it.
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Oh my lord.
I love the what do I do? Athletics check maybe?
Where is it? Okay, you rolled a 14. Okay, you go and grasp for this orb, the sphere, and you attempt to take it away, and it spins rapidly as you touch it, and then it just discharges your fingers from it, and it just continues hacking away. You are not able to pick this object up, so it seems.
Uh,
I was really excited for Power Drill Xalia.
he was gonna turn around and point it directly at you guys accidentally, yes.
Imagine giving
Wild.
Xalia power tools.
She's gonna try to push it around with Mage Hand.
Okay. So you summon your mage hands and attempt to kind of jostle it, knock it loose, or like dislodge it from the wall somehow. And it. Let's see here. Will you put mage hand in the chat real quick? Just so I can check something.
Yeah, sure, one moment.
Makayla out here like I want everyone to know where I am.
Okay. The mage hand seems like it has extreme difficulty dislodging the sphere. It seems like it's not strong enough to remove it from the wall. It has a death grip on this wall as it drills forward and hammers into it.
Maybe I'll start trying to think about how ways to program this.
Okay. Also, and then one final thing, as you continue messing with it, it like kind of like beeps and like makes science noises at you, but they're angry science noises.
I'm gonna minor illusion other angry science noises right back at it.
Like a
Chuman's
cat.
gonna keep moving on.
Like a cat or a dog, it starts talking with itself.
Communication.
Okay.
Well, Xalia made a friend.
While
Chuman.
Xalia does this, what's Chuman doing?
Chuman is slowly moving forward just to keep looking ahead and see what he can find.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check because your lighting situation has changed.
Okay.
Oh, I just realized I'm 8 HP. Let me use my healing potion real quick.
Okay. You hear like a cork unstop or hold on, let me see if I can make a cork noise.
Pretty good.
Behind you in the glug of Makayla downing a potion. And then Chuman, so you maneuver around here and you can start to see these the previous figures kind of standing around in a kind of like scalene triangle formation. They're just chilling underneath a brazier. You can see their heads now, and you see them. You stop for a moment, afraid that they'll see you, and you just move behind a rock. You can see they're just talking animatedly, using large gestures. At least the woman of the group is. The rest of the others are kind of like, yeah.
Can I, from my position, can I make out any of the figures? You said I was on the wall.
Yeah, make a perception check. That's pretty good. All right, with your eyes that are attuned, as it were, to the darkness and being able to the darkness of underground caves, you can make out this a little bit more, this peculiar trio, and also from your vantage point, we'll say you like. Do you want to stay there? Or do you want to like move here? It's up to you.
Would this work right here?
Yes.
Or no? Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So you sense an opportunity and you dart forward across the mine tracks. There's a brief moment of distraction that allows you to move forward and get a better vantage point on this group. They seem to be standing in front of a wooden tool shed. You can spot a single door and a single window on it. One is a lady that is draped in a raiment bedecked with feathers. She's got beads and ornamental claws woven into her hair, and her hair frames like these sharp golden eyes. And then flanking her are two figures. One is rotund and robust, and he holds a very large wooden ladle, ? And then two tusks are jutting out of his mouth. He's only clothed in a kilt and like leather-wrapped sandals. He's got mutton chops on him, and he gives him somewhat of a bestial look. The other figure is a red-haired, red-bearded gentleman that somewhat resembles Elzir or Ryan. Curiously, the three are talking and just moving around animatedly as the previous discussion topic comes to an end, and you can see that the woman puts a hand on her hip and then points a finger at the red-haired person, and with an 18 you can certainly hear this too. She just says, "Your voice needs work. That's not how he talks at all." And then the red-haired person brings a palm to his face in apology.
Chuman is gonna, I guess, catch a glimpse back at the party, just to make sure no one is moving past the brick wall.
Yeah, no, Makayla's just like looking right at you, kind of waiting for a signal of any kind.
Their positions are somewhat kind of like sideways to you, Chuman. So no one is looking directly at you, and like no one has their back to you. Except for maybe the mutton chopped person, but he seems interested in the people that are immediately next to him, just to give you a lay of the land here.
Okay. Chuman is going to look over to Makayla and gives a thumbs down at the moment.
Makayla nods, I guess.
And
she'll hold position.
Let's see. Chuman's gonna try to listen in on a little bit more before going back to the party.
Okay. Yeah, we'll keep your 18. Nothing's changed. The lady continues and says, you gotta get a better feel for their mannerisms. Our extra credit curriculum is riding on this. Don't screw this up. And then the woman wheels around to the large, rotund gentleman and waggles a finger. And she says, "Alright, Plid, I'm gonna go see if that glyph is ready, and also see what that light was at the entrance of the tunnel. We're gonna see if that glyph's ready so that we don't need Toka in case he gets any bright ideas. Make sure no one goes in until I get back." And then the tan, large person, his countenance curls to one side in a grin. "No one enters, even if you come back. No, until I come back. Until you come back, I'm not to leave the shed. No, you stay outside the shed and make sure no one goes in. And you'll come back. Right. Don't need to do anything, just stop people leaving the shed. No, entering the shed. Well, what if the kid needs to leave?" And then she looks exasperated about this and just sighs, clenches her fist. "How did you graduate?" Look, it's quite simple. And then this continues on for maybe 30 more seconds.
Okay, in the middle of that, Chuman is going to move back over to Makayla. And going to... Zoaz is still away. Chuman is going to mention that I cannot make out the ones who are discussing up ahead, but I believe that we've been acquainted before with one of the with someone who we've seen before. I'm not exactly sure if it's of his face though. It's
Makayla is confused, but I will ask, do you think this is... Or Makayla will ask, is this the right way to go? Will they move anytime soon? Or...
I do not believe that they will be moving soon. However, which way it is unknown. I believe that we will be.
Did they say anything about the hostage?
Unfortunately, nothing. I do believe that we may be in for a fight soon if we're not careful. We may have to continue this either in the dark or we consider fighting.
Mm-hmm. You're relaying this to like the rest of everyone, right? Not just Makayla.
Would they be able to hear from that distance? I'm not speaking like terribly loud, so.
Where is Pastiche?
It's over here.
Right back there. Slinking up against the wall, making a point to stay out of the torchlight.
Anyone that chooses to hear can, except for Xalia, because she is enthralled by this ball.
Yep, important orb. She's a wizard. She is pondering her orb.
Oh my god. Now we have to, like, steal it.
Chuman speaks up and mentions that the light is attracting more attention than we need.
How many people were there, did you say?
There was 3 from what I could see, but one was very large. if we were to get into any altercation in here, would possibly be that large figure. There was one that I believe had feathers.
I mean, perhaps we could set up some form of ambush and get the drop on them before they notice us or something, but it's hard to judge without knowing exactly how many would be able to respond in time. We could always go deep. You can go down into the lower levels if you don't think continuing this way is best.
I'm not sure. There is a door behind the three figures, so if the hostage is behind the door, we would be leaving him there. But we also were never told of the whereabouts for the hostage, so...
Accel. They did say that there was a boy in the shack, right?
Not directly, but the line it was a quick one. What if the kid needs to leave? I think that's the other thing, and then that's a specific line about it, and then the rest is just make sure nobody goes in. But
make sure nobody goes in the shack, right?
Yeah, but it seems difficult for the large person to understand that.
Okay. Do you think they were standing guard of that, or was it just they were leaping?
The feather figure is intending to leave. I do not know how long they will be gone, but the large figure is going to be standing guard. So something is inside.
When you say that they're intending to leave, Makayla looks a lot more alerted. Like, should have started with that, as this is kind of like a one-way path, and we'll start like trying to move out of the way, so that it's just that we shouldn't be. If we stand here, we'll be noticed as they leave, and she'll try to like move out of the way.
Twig nods and whispers, if we stand around talking, they're gonna find us eventually. We should hide now, and then we can decide what to do before it's too late.
Actually, she would.
Quick question. If I were to peek and look over again, I'd have to re-roll the stealth check? Or... just to see if they're still in that same position, or if they're moving.
I would ask you to roll something, but I may not tell you what it is right now.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to ascertain how certain light physics work, like light sight lines.
Twig is gonna start leading Mouse by the hand to the cover back to the side.
Okay.
Yeah, Chuman is going to head back and mention to Zoaz. Your light is going to attract attention. We need that off.
Makayla would. I'm trying to think. a way to like dampen a light without.
Is this a crate I can hide behind?
It is a
Or
crate. You look in.
What's
you
a-
can. Sorry, not look. Yeah, you look into the alcove, and you can. Yeah, there's crates, wheelbarrows, barrels, some rocks. There's quite a few things here, in addition to the orb. But you now notice. Xalia is apparently biting, right? Is that true?
Yes. She is attempting to sink her teeth into the orb.
Okay.
Yeah, I douse the torch momentarily. Prestidigitation.
Alright. Xalia, as you attempt to bite this orb, I need you to roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I apologize for stepping away for so long, by the way.
no worries.
Sorry, go ahead. Reroll your thing.
Oh, I rolled initiative. Do you want me to re-roll it, or?
Yeah, I accidentally killed the combat.
Oh.
And then you had a 7.
Mhm.
Okay. But go ahead and make a bite attack, I guess. You have the
Oh my
surprise
God.
round.
Not like an offensive, like, I am biting this because I want to harm it. It's like, she's gnawing on it.
Okay.
I see.
Alright, so this seemingly innocent act is not approved by the by the orb, and when this happened, it spins around, just makes Warcraft 3 like wisp noises,
Uh-huh.
and it attempts to hurt you, Xalia. It's not a very nice orb. And it extends its drill and it attempts to bore it into you.
Mm.
Dang.
Don't like that.
Oh my lord.
A 13.
Does not hit. Actually, wait, no. Does she have a shield? Whatever. It does not hit.
Okay. You notice this at the last moment, and you bring up a shield of kinetic force as the drill clangs against it and tries to pierce into it. The drill spinning, just whirring motions, and that was close, but it that's its turn. What would you like to do in response?
How loud is all of this noise?
It's not very loud.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get out behind it and grab it again.
Oh my god.
All right.
Xalia is fixating pretty hard on this.
So go ahead and roll athletics.
Powerful.
It spins. It spins around. It's moving so quickly that it's difficult to get a good firm hold of and stop it.
Mhm.
Okay. And it is going to attempt to do it again.
Alright. Nope.
A 6. All right. And
Should stop
let's
this.
see, noticing that it is. Yeah, I mean, you guys can stop this whenever you like. You can enter the initiative.
Makayla is just hearing like sort of faint mechanical noises in the dark, and it's just
Yeah.
like kind of concerned.
Chuman is.
She kind of whispers, "What is going on over there?"
It leaves Xalia's. It leaves. You guys can watch this orb going.
I gotta grab one type of opportunity.
Nope.
Damn.
It appears to be spinning and moving so quickly and in such an erratic fashion that you cannot get an attack of opportunity on it.
Wow. Okay.
Chuman is going to come from behind the crates and grab Xalia again and pull her back to the crates.
Okay, go ahead and roll initiative. Well, if Xalia is still attempting to continue, then roll initiative. but definitely roll athletics, Chuman.
Okay, I'll roll that first.
To continue.
Dang.
However, she is not going to budge when you grab her.
Her hands are too kind of slippery. Slide right off.
Her skin is. You just slide right off her.
Okay. So the scuffle seemingly ended. You guys can see that this small orb that Xalia has fixated on is it has not left the area, but it has definitely left the proximity of Xalia, and it has risen high into the sky, but it doesn't seem to be in the sky, next to the ceiling, and it appears to be simply waiting. Very fortunate that it has not gone to alert anybody, as one might assume. But it is.
I take a couple steps back.
Okay. It is perhaps 30, 40, 50 feet in the air, you guesstimate. Pastiche, when you take a couple steps back with the dark vision granted to you by the blessing of Selene, you see out of the corner of your eye some movement.
Okay.
In
Just gonna
this
investigate that.
Sorry, in this direction. Yeah. And then you can see the woman that described herself to you as Feather. You can see her joined by a red-haired, red-bearded companion. They are expertly kind of like sliding down this kind of like little cliff of rocks, and just and then Feathered leaps the rest of the distance off before landing on solid ground, while the person behind her just skids the rest of the way and then takes a couple careful steps. They disappear further down into this tunnel here, and they are
While they're passing by, do they say anything?
You don't know.
Do they talk?
You don't know. You're not there.
Oh, well.
It's very far to the south that they're passing by.
Where is?
Can you see the ping? Zoom all the way out.
Oh, you see
Yeah.
all the way down there. Okay, never mind.
Hmm.
I wasn't sure what you meant by passing. I thought you meant they were like passing right by.
Passing
us.
through there. No,
Yeah.
sorry.
I was zoomed in, so.
You were immersed. What would you like to do, Pastiche, as you see the spectacle?
Take note of that. And like stare at this sphere, drill spear.
It's there. It floats. It spins. It's bobbing just very slightly against gravity.
Pastiche is going to approach the group slowly.
It was just like patiently just trying to listen for footsteps if people like pass by, I guess.
Okay. Perception, Makayla. As Pastiche returns to you, Makayla, you feel Pastiche return to you. You definitely feel the movement of Pastiche returning to the group.
Yeah. So that wasn't actually meant to be like I wanted to do a check thing. That was more so just like, that's kind of just what you'd be doing. Because I kind of understand that they're not coming this direction, I think.
But like you hear some shuffle of rock, and then shortly after that, Pastiche has arrived.
Okay, that kind of looks a little. I guess, yeah. If you could see, Caleb would be somewhat sheepishly say, like, "Oh, I guess they aren't coming this way." Like we've been like waiting a couple,
Yeah, perhaps
at least like a minute.
yeah, perhaps
right?
a minute or two.
Okay. And hearing like no even like faint sound of conversation, she'd prestidigitate the flame back on from the torch. Guess they went the other direction. Now she sees the orb just floating there.
Yeah, it's there, hanging out at the ceiling.
Chuman's face is just in utter disgust at the drill being in the air.
Looks like at Xalia and Chuman, like with a very confused look.
Xalia does not have a human face right now, so you literally cannot read her expression.
I see.
Cool. Makayla would try and say softly, but to Chuman, like, or just softly in general to people around, is that thing safe? Will that alert anyone? Why is it there?
Chuman just shrugs and then points over to Xalia and says, I'm not the one you should ask questions for this.
Pastiche pipes up. I walked right by it. It doesn't seem to pose a threat currently.
Okay. And then
And Chuman steps up and then
Okay,
says,
step
if
out.
Pastiche came through and he saw no one else, we should probably get moving.
Mhm.
But I did see someone. That woman. Feather, her name was.
Oh,
She
where?
went through a tunnel on the other side of the chasm.
So that part was like, do you mean the above or below?
Bit below? If I'm reading this map right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Oh. Okay. As in, she was going down? Hold on. What?
She
I'm assuming the train has one side going up and one side going down.
This side is up. Like this
Well-
way is up. This way is down.
Yeah.
I meant more like, because doesn't like this path slope upwards?
From
She-
here to here is up.
Yes.
But she went this way.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Was my understanding. Of course, Zoaz doesn't actually know about that.
don't worry too much about the map. She descended into a tunnel.
Ultimately, what I'm asking is this space above, like, us, you know, back over here? Or was it, you know, was this at, like, a higher elevation?
This is where I have drawn.
And, like,
is a
going
higher. I've drawn a line. It's like a higher elevation, but it's like a cliff, sort of like ramp rock thing. And then going into here is
Yes. Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Other way. Makayla will turn to Chuman and say, one of the people down here that you overheard seemed confused, right?
The large one seemed confused.
Could you-
However,
Describe them to Pastiche, and were they one of the people that was going on that rail that you saw?
Pastiche, you said that there was someone named Feathers. Was there anyone else that accompanied her?
There was a red-headed man accompanying her.
I see. So, the large figure is still ahead of us, then. It must be guarding the shack. Or the room, whatever it is forward. But the one Pastiche knows is Feathers, and the red-haired man has descended further down.
Yeah, you can kind of like see like Makayla's. You can see like the cogs moving in Makayla's head. She kind of like
Augers.
as she kind of walks back and forward a little bit, and then she'd look to Twig and say, did you happen to hear any of those out of character there Duergar? Like what were the
Duergar.
what's the actual race of the people that we fought? Duergar?
They are Duergar.
Duergar, yeah. Had you, Twig, did you manage to hear any of the speech from the Duergars that we fought on our way in?
Well, I remember hearing some of it, but I don't know what any of it means.
Oh yeah, right, it was Dwarven. Okay, how do Kenku mimicry work exactly? Is it like you can create new terms, or can you only mimic the exact phrases that you heard?
The exact phrases that I heard.
Ah,
I don't need to understand it, so I could repeat what I heard during the fight, but I wouldn't know what it means.
In the meantime, Chuman moves back up to look around the wall, just to verify if the large figure is still there.
Yeah. You maneuver yourself around. Not too difficult, and you've become accustomed to this little mini area where you're at, so you're able to peek around. The large figure, you can't see them 100% clearly, but because they're kind of like in. Oh no, you have dark vision, so that turns dim light into bright light for you. So yeah, you can see them clearly. They are standing there, holding their giant wooden ladle, kind of horizontal. They're just looking around, looking left, looking right, kind of stone-faced. They are. They have their back to what looks to be a shed. Some sort of like little tool shed looking thing. He seems to be alone, but he's definitely on guard.
And Chuman turns back around and says, "What shall we do? Do we take on this large figure ahead?"
Makayla's still, thinking and going back and forth. She then turned to Xalia and would ask, would you be able to have a voice say things you can't understand with your illusions?
He will snap 2 of her 6 fingers, and there will be a minor illusion of a voice just spouting absolute fucking garbage noise. It's not even white noise.
Garbage noise.
Let me back up a second to explain. I'm thinking, if you Twig could provide, I guess, an example of one of the Duragar's voices, I could translate a phrase to maybe, I guess, trick whoever is still guarding that path with, I don't know, some simple, like, hey, come over here, you know, like, we need your help or something. And maybe Xalia could minor illusion that new phrase with the voice that Twig would be producing. Does that make sense?
So I get your idea, but would she also have to know what I need help sounds like in that language?
Well, Makayla could Makayla would know. Makayla knows Dwarven.
Oh, okay.
So Makayla's like, yeah, like Twig is providing the example of the voice, but it wouldn't be what the new, like, Makayla would then say what the phrase is.
Oh,
And you'd be turning what Makayla says into the voice that Twig was using to create this, like, phrase. It would be like, hey, come over here, we need your help, to whoever is standing guard with the ladle guy. That's what I'm trying to propose.
Xalia will tilt her head, and then she'll nod at you, and then you'll hear minor illusion, take practice.
Fair enough. I guess, so yeah, Makayla would, the phrase, how about just, to turn back to Chuman. You didn't happen to hear his name, did you?
No, I did not.
Maybe, okay, how about this? Just stop guarding that door or hey, stop guarding that door, we need help. She'd kind of look around to gauge, like, thoughts. Do you think that would lure him out?
Chuman is in thought and then mentions if you are intending him to leave the door, maybe we lure him to go down further in the mines.
And how? I mean, I guess. Sure. What do you think we should say to get him to do that?
This is all too complicated. Pastiche is going to paint a large human-shaped figure in the air, step through it, and out of the other side walks what appears to be Feather.
Cool.
Makayla, just follow me. I've got an idea.
Me?
Come on.
Okay.
I'm going to grab her by the arm
Okay.
and start walking.
Okay. So you are grabbed by.
I see where this is going.
You're grabbed by Feather Pastiche, and you walk up the the sloped minecart tracks, and you can see this large.
Oh my god, he is large.
This large gentleman. He is posted up against this shed. He's got a large, like, cooking ladle of sorts, like the kind that you would stir a cauldron with. And he looks around. He's like, you see him looking to the right, and then he looks to the left, and you catch his attention. He starts for a moment and, like, puts a foot down and, like, assumes a stance, and then he sees that you are Feather, and then he seems to relax a bit. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, big guy. I found a straggler in the tunnels.
Oh.
Pastiche is saying this pretty loudly in hopes that the rest of the party hears it.
Okay. Where
And
was
Chuman
this
is
one?
watching.
It's the funniest thing. I jumped down that ledge and they were just hanging out on the other side of the chasm.
Stupid. Feather's very smart.
Now, what do you think we should do with her?
Oh, can I do the
Yeah.
thing? You never let me do the thing.
The thing? Makayla will kind of, like, she's kind of trying to play along, I guess.
Not you. You don't get a say in this.
The thing.
He like holds up his ladle, and like he's got this weird not weird, he's got this super toothy grin.
Makayla is like partially actually is concerned, but like also is trying to like act it up.
Please, I've been practicing.
How quickly do you think you can do this thing?
Well, it just takes me a couple seconds, Feather.
Seconds. Well, there might be more of them.
Pastiche says, particularly loudly.
You'll never
They
find them.
has decided that she wants to be funny, I think.
Oh no.
So she's going to wander up, and she's going to cast one of these silent image
Oh no.
Okay.
here to
Chuman
make it
readies.
Feather.
Chuman readies an arrow upon seeing Xalia move ahead.
What was Silent Image doing again?
Your mic's cutting out. Could you repeat it, please?
Oh god damn it! Another feather.
Oh no.
What's this? I want this man to
Pastiche.
doubt that feather exists.
He's going to notice the extra feather and shout, "An imposter!
Okay.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
Make a Pastiche. Make either a persuasion check or a deception check with advantage. Your choice.
Okay.
Going to minor illusion in feathers to a best approximation of what she's heard of feather's voice. Wait, why is there another of me here? What have you done?
Oh my god.
Okay. So you would have to do another. You would have to do a casting of minor illusion for that, right?
Yes,
Okay.
but that would be like after a few seconds. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Mhm.
The large, the large boisterous gentleman, leaps into action, spurred on by Pastiche Feather, and he immediately goes to, he takes the ladle in both hands and makes a large, wide horizontal sweep through, cleaving through the fake feather. It passes harmlessly through, and then he sees the silent image for what it is and looks around. Looks back to Pastiche Feather. I think I see something.
I knew there would be more of them. Be on guard.
Let's go! And then he starts charging forward Xalia. So I need everyone to roll initiative.
Cool scene.
Mhm.
Oh, let's go Pastiche.
Question for you.
Yes.
Can I have an opportunity if I was already readying an arrow?
You did mention that, so yeah, you may.
Cool.
So go ahead
Oh.
and fire your arrow attack.
Alright. Oh wait, this is advantage, correct?
is it advantage? Oh, because
He
he
can't see me.
He can't see you. So yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll one more time.
Nope.
What is the first one?
16.
16. Okay.
16.
Let's see here. My big guy's AC is that hits.
Heck yeah.
And
Oh dang, I forgot to do the funny music. Okay, we'll do the funny music for this one.
This is appropriate for this fight.
Yeah.
and because of Amber Bush, the second hit also gets advantage too, correct?
Yes, this is technically the first round of combat, so you make an immediate another one.
Okay.
Oh!
Nice.
This poor guy.
He kind of just got owned.
Kill.
He kind of got bented.
Okay. You also.
Ogre is bent.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
Don't you do more damage? Because of Dread Ambush?
I got that mixed up with Favor Foe
Dread
for a moment.
Because this is
Yeah.
Dread Ambush attack? Okay, since it's a crit, this is also doubled.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't
roll another
actually
D8.
activate as that.
Yeah, just hit it again.
Boop.
There we go.
Alright, cool. One more thing. So this is like at the same time that he's smashing through the illusion. One moment. A thing happens. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Makayla, you are suddenly dirty. Like covered in
What?
like soot, grime. Complete nastiness.
I know what item this is.
What a swing.
Alright. So now we begin actual combat. Pastiche, you have the first move. You see this large ogreish gentleman smack this illusion with his giant ladle and then just gets pelted by an arrow from unseen. He recoils. Roar! They're everywhere, feather! They're coming out of the walls! They're coming out of the Goram walls!
Quick, hit the walls. They might be there.
Ever
Pastiche
gets
is going
Claylia's
to-
turn, I'm gonna ruin this man's life.
Pastiche is going to punch him in the leg.
You're going to punch him in the leg?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello?
Shout, "You big oaf! That could have been me!
Alright, are you doing damage or are you just like kind of like play fighting?
I mean, I'll punch him hard enough to do damage.
Okay. And then what did you say? You big oaf what?
That could have been me.
Alright. So go ahead and roll your punch. This is so it's just like an unarmed strike. You're not proficient in it. So it's a
Right.
it is a
1d4, right?
it's a 1d20 plus your strength modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
No
So,
proficiency bonus, right? Because they're not.
Sorry. What I meant to say is you're not a monk, so it's not like a monk damage die.
right.
So it's proficiency bonus, and then I'll tell you the fun part later if you hit. So you punch in this dude's kind of like in this dude's form, and when you make contact with him, his skin feels very leathery. It ripples a bit from your blow, just from the blubber, and but you do no damage. But you definitely jostle him, and he looks back. You told me to do it.
But what if I was the fake?
He seems concerned for a moment. Then I would apologize.
Feather Pastiche just glares at him and
Chuman.
ends their turn.
All right, Chuman. Illusion Feather has successfully been defeated. It seems that your arrow has hurt him pretty bad, though. Like, he's profusely bleeding, but he doesn't really, like, show it. But he's absolutely hurt.
Chuman is just going to ready the hand crossbows and then just sit and wait to see what his next move is
Okay.
in case he attacks or something.
Are you readying an action, or are you doing nothing?
Yes. Yes,
What-
he's readying. Readying 2-hand crossbows
Okay. You
instead
cannot,
of using.
using the second hand crossbow is a bonus action, so you can't ready 2 shots. You can only ready 1.
Okay. Then yeah, we'll just ready 1, and Chuman will just sit tight to watch to see if
What-
he
what
attacks
is-
anything else.
Okay. What is the triggering event that will cause you to fire your hand crossbow? You have to specify that.
Okay. Swinging the ladle again.
Okay.
If-
All right. Makayla, this is a scene.
Yeah, well, like, this has been going down. Pretty much from the moment of the, like, I guess, illusionary feather showed up. Makayla would have, like, kind of tried to quickly move, but, you know, kind of quietly, move towards the door to try and open it.
Okay. You move towards the door, and you notice that it is locked with a simple padlock. It is iron and it is made out of iron. You can easily tell, but it's definitely locked. The door is wood, but it's been reinforced as well. But sorry, it's not reinforced. Like, it's not like a stone door or something. It's got like rivets.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is this a window?
It is a window. It has a single window.
Okay, we'll peek inside.
Okay.
Just to...
You take a quick
Oh.
glance inside, and let me get my notes. You take a quick glance inside, and you can see, just in the very short period of time that you have, it seems to contain an assortment of mining equipment. Like, there's a backpack
Mhm.
hung over a chair. There's an open book on a desk next to and something very strange looking. And that is on the desk, and then you can, at the last moment, you see a sleeping child with fiery red hair. You note that he's just covered in grime and rock dust, and his clothes are perhaps once fine, but they are now rather ruined, and that's what you get in this quick thing without using your action to use a perception check.
Alright. I'll be here. It's fine. So, okay, Caleb, do that. I don't have any spells to open locks, unfortunately. Actually, can I? Just trying to think. Would I be able to, like, prestidigitate through the window into that room?
It's a place you can see, yeah.
I'm trying, I guess. Actually, wait, no. This wouldn't work very. I'm just trying to think of, like, if there's be a way to send a message to the boy with prestidigitation, but probably not. Right?
No,
Like a.
prestidigitation does not do that.
Okay, you can't
Or,
really have
I mean,
real.
It's not the message spell, but you can do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
I'm more like just like some sort of, you know, like this harmless sensory effect of maybe like just a faint like save you in front of the boy.
Okay.
Like obviously, I don't want to make it minor illusion because
Yeah.
I know it's not.
Just to differentiate it between or from minor illusion, we can't make words,
Okay, fair enough. Then never mind.
even though
then.
words are sounds.
Yeah.
Words are
That's
just
what I
made
was
up
the
sounds that
distinction
mean
I was
things.
trying to
We can't do that.
figure out. All right. I don't know what to do.
So before you have a locked shed, a window. You have Feather Pastiche and Big Guy. And,
Big Man.
And Big Man seems
Oh,
apologetic
does he have like
right
keys
now. but
on him?
What?
Does Big Man have any like keys on him for the door?
That will take a perception check to find out.
Sure, I will do a perception check then.
Okay. That is your action.
Yep.
You take a quick glance while he's distracted by Feather Pastiche and also your companions waiting in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And you take a look. He's not wearing much. He's only wearing just a kilt and some kind of like wrapped sandals that go up his legs. He does not appear to have any keys, or if he does, they may be hidden in unmentionable places.
Ugh.
Gross. God, man, Makayla doesn't want to fight him.
Then don't do whatever you want. You have a bonus
Yeah,
action and some
make
movement.
Well, I can't attack with bonus action, so on my turn.
Okay, Zoaz.
Zoaz is gonna try to doink this dude with his Sacred Flame.
All right, do it. Tell me about how your Sacred Flame looks as he bips it.
Zoaz spins his staff and swings it downwards, and just a ball of silvery fire shoots out of the darkness and slams him in the chest.
Okay. Boom! It like explodes in a little puff of sacred radiant motes, and he actually reels back a little bit from this. He's looking kind of hurt, actually. That last one disheveled him. You wanna move? Stay there? Anything else?
Zoaz will stay there.
Okay. Xalia. This big guy knows that you're there, and he seems that he's about to come after. But what would you like to do?
I believe I put it in the chat.
Okay, what would you like to do?
Oh no!
Oh no.
So, the vision he's going to get is of a bloody, almost skeletal, cut in half feather climbing all over his body, like up to his ears, and wailing in a ghostly voice, "You shouldn't have done that."
Oh,
Oh my god.
this poor guy.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, wait, no!
Yes, -3 to intelligence.
-3.
Yo!
He was so
He
close.
rolled a 15 -3. Somehow he graduated.
One psychic damage, but he's dealing with that now.
Is the damage when you cast it, or just on subsequent turns?
Let's read this. Each round on your turn, yeah.
Okay.
So when I cast it.
Alright. I will apply this psychic damage. Alright. Bonus action, you want to move or stay there?
Nope. Nope.
Alright. Which comes to Plid the Big's turn.
Poor guy.
He is now being attacked by this vision of the feather he has slain. He's yelling out profusely, "I'm sorry, feather, you told me to hit you." And he... let's see...
Huh?
He will cower in fear. He drops his ladle and kind of like covers his face with his arms as illusory feather bangs on him. Okay. Twig. Silent image goes away now.
Rapid concentration on that.
No.
Twig is gonna disguise himself.
God.
As Feather.
How do you do this? How does your disguise self come about? I'm interested.
I love how we've all decided we're just gonna gaslight the fuck out of this guy.
There's gonna be like a hazy shimmer of fog that surrounds Twig, and when it clears, he's in the form of Feather. And he's going to step forward towards Plid
Okay.
and just put a hand on his hip and say, "Is this really what you think of me?"
Makayla is like horrified.
Since when did this party become monsters? Oh my god!
What's the alternative? Killing him?
I feel like there's many alternatives here.
I mean, this is Xalia demo. I don't know what you want from me.
I mean, it
Oh
made
my
sense
lord.
for Xalia.
All right. At the top of the round. At the top of the round, several things happen.
Oh.
First, First, Makayla, as you take a quick glance into this this shed, that weird, sickly-looking thing, kind of like oval, sitting on the desk. It has closed flaps that could pull down on each side, and it's kind of like leathery looking, and to your horror, that's exactly what happens. It unfurls and just these leather flaps peel back, and it unfurls to reveal a shining red crystal in the center of it being held by this. It sparks to attention, and it attaches some sort of electric tether to the boy that is kind of like shrunken into the corner, and he doesn't seem to do anything in response to this, but it seems like he's out cold. So you see this, and then also behind you, Feather, Pastiche, and Makayla, and in front of you, Xalia, Twig, and everyone else, you see a head poking up. It belongs to the real Feather.
Oh no,
Dude.
And she comes up and says, "I forgot my bat." She stops mid-sentence, takes a moment, and then points. Not so fast.
What is going on here? Makayla is just like trying to look very as confused as possible.
Not so fast. Plid, you had exactly one job.
oh no.
Looks like I'm going to take care of this. And then she draws a small circular disc-looking device from underneath her cloak and wings it forward, and it smacks into the ground. Tumbles across the ground next to you, Pastiche. And then it starts to emit this kind of what's the word? Like, she wings this disc, and then it makes a constant clicking cacophony. It's just like click, 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 and Feather, a little confused, but kind of sensing what's going on at the number of feathers that are in view that aren't her. And also the ones that aren't in view that she can't see. The ones that only exist in Plid's mind. She grins and says, what did she say? Does she say anything? No, I think she just leaves and says, "Well, sorry to jet, but I'm on a timetable. Make Plid do a good job. Get rid of all these people." believe in you. And then she F's off.
Just leave him to deal with all this.
Yep.
What did she drop? She like dropped something?
She dropped a clicky thing, some sort of device, and she
Oh, dang.
whirls around like with like super gallant, like over dramatic style, where like the tip of the cloak flows in the air, and then she turns around, and then she skids and slides down the rocks again, and then she jumps off. Mouse, who you just now noticed is standing next next to you, who definitely didn't get forgotten about. Mouse also decides to Mouse runs past you, Zoaz, and she kind of huffs out, "I'll follow her."
Thank you.
And then now Pastiche, you can take a turn.
You started this.
Don't you blame him for the choices of.
So,
I was
so the
about to
scene,
move out of the cave.
so the scene
We
currently
walked
is
past him. None of this would have happened.
Pastiche is currently feather. Twig is also currently feather. There is a feather living in Plid's mind, who is kind of like the ring assaulting him, and
Yeah.
there is a clicking device next to you on the ground, next to what appears to be a blood splatter, actually, and Plid is kind of like cowering at the moment. Makayla's countenance seems to have gone wide, so something is interesting there. And then that's what's currently happening on round 2 of this. And
Big quotes on that one.
Oh my lord, dude.
in response to Makayla seeing that thing, the music changes. What would you like to do, Pastiche?
Pastiche is going to slap Plid on the back and say, "Get a hold of yourself! You're seeing things! There's another imposter right there!" While pointing at Twig.
Oh no!
Okay.
I gotta point at the one that was okay.
Alright. So he'll... that's... So are you giving him the help action, or are you telling him to do something?
Can I give him the help action to dispel the phantasmal force?
He can make his next intelligence check with advantage.
Okay, sure, I'll do that.
Okay.
What is happening?
Sure. Feather Pastiche helps out helps out Plid, and you try to knock some sense into him and refocus him. And he seems extremely, putting it lightly, confused.
Yeah.
But receptive.
Yo.
You wanna move or stay there?
I'm gonna slide to the other side of him.
Okay.
You put him between you and the clicking device.
Okay. Click, click, click.
And between my enemies.
Uh-huh. Clearly, your enemies.
Alright,
Uh-huh.
so you shift and slide around, and you just then skid to a halt, pressing against the rocks. So far, you've been auto succeeding on these performance checks. Chuman.
Chuman's gonna stay ready to when he swings his ladle.
Okay. Chuman also make a. What are the available skills? Make a charisma saving throw. No, it would be a charisma check.
Charisma check.
Yes.
Wait, I have to go to the sheet.
Actually, just roll a 1d20. Don't attach it to a stat.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good, because something within you, Chuman, something primal, something, like you get a pain in the right side of your head, and you bring your hand up to it for a moment, and you realize that you recognize this noise, and it's something that you hear, or that you have heard before. It is a similar noise to what some cavern-dwelling monsters make. And you know this from some forced recollection from your past, and your time spent there, of course. You can hear this, but you don't see what's making it.
Do I have at least a sense of direction for it, or is it just...
It seems to be coming
everywhere?
from behind Plid.
I can't see it from my position, right?
No, you cannot. But you know this, but you suspect that since it's already gone, it might be too late to do anything about it. But you're not sure. It depends on how close things are in earshot. You're also not sure what kind of. You don't remember what kind of noise like this relates to. It's just you've heard this before, and you know it's a cavern noise. Just to be clear.
In that case,
Yeah, like you've got this pain in the side of your head, and then your fight or flight instincts are starting to trigger, and then your whole body is lit up in danger.
Chuman is going to use his hand crossbow and use Hail of Thorns in hopes that the arrow hitting Plead will also hit the whatever item Feather had dropped.
Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see. So go ahead and make us a hand
Yeah.
crossbow attack.
Oh, wait, he still can't see me, right? Forgot.
You do still have
Or-
advantage on this because he knows you're there, but you're unseen, so you do have advantage.
Okay.
Needed that one, because the 13 did not hit. Yeah, that hits. So go ahead and
Alright.
roll damage. He's gonna make a
Roll
dexterity
this.
saving throw. Terrible.
Nice one.
Alright. Nailed it, Makayla and Pastiche. Okay, so he takes 3 piercing damage and 4
From the Hail of Thorns.
Hail of Thorns damage. And each creature within 5 feet of it. Alright.
Yes.
Okay. You slam a crossbow bolt into your hand crossbow, and then feverishly you fire it at Plid, the biggest target, and then it explodes into a hail of needle-like projectiles, and then smack into Plid's large form, and regrettably, your friends that are near him, they only take half damage though. And
Oh, we still take damage. Okay.
it flies everywhere, hitting in the like rocky cavern, slamming into the walls. But yet the clicking mechanism continues to click.
Chuman is going to yell out, "Destroy that clicking!" And that'll be his turn.
Okay.
Makayla will like glance at the clicking device. I guess all she really wants to know is it like a sparker tech?
It could be assumed so, yeah.
Okay.
It looks like a constructed device.
Mm-hmm. Alright. She knows anything that's probably sparker and is ticking is probably not a good combination. So she'll turn back to like the desk. Like, what exactly is the thing on? There's like a thing on the table that has like a wire connected to the boy.
To give it another description, it looks like some kind of like pod. It has like kind of like leathery, sickly green color to it, and it pulled down and it pulled down flaps, and it exposed a shining red crystal in the middle, and then the crystal like shined and illuminated and sparked out, and then now there is some sort of like crackling electricity that tethers the crystal inside this little pod thing to the boy. Nothing else has quite happened yet.
Could I put a my swarm hand in through the window, like past the window? Could I summon it inside the shed?
You can summon the mage hand at a place you can see, right?
I guess.
At a point you choose within range. Sure. It doesn't even say you have to see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I try to put it in. So it like this sort of spiritual, vulture would appear in the room, and that's an action, right?
Yes.
Darn.
It is an action to make it appear.
Um,
Where are you putting it? Like, exactly?
I'm gonna have it like land on the wire.
On this kind of like electric thingy? Kind of like a bird does on telephone poles or telephone wires?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. One moment. Let me check something because that might be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Ranger,
Tryna-
Swarmkeeper.
I mean, it's kind of just depends. It's technically speaking, just a regular.
Yeah. So
Mage hand.
this vulture thingy. Well, actually, you learn
It's like a spiritual, kind of like semi-transparent vulture, with like black and gray sheen. Yeah.
Okay. When it lands on it, the electricity kind of like arcs and courses through this nature spirit vulture, and then it just is vibrating the spectral vulture. It's like it doesn't seem to dispel it, but there's definitely a reaction.
Okay. I guess that's about all I can do. So
Okay.
that's my turn.
Which brings us to Zoaz. Actually, no, sorry, it does not bring us to Zoaz. After Makayla's turn, to make matters worse,
Oh no.
more stuff happens. As if there wasn't already something, too much happening. So,
Oh boy.
all around you, you can feel the walls and the ceilings of the cave shift, and what comes unfurling from the ceiling, previously hidden between stalactites, is a massive beast. It has purple leathery hide with this massive hooked tan beak. Its arms are like these grotesque curved hooked appendages, and then it boom lands down next to Plid and Makayla, and then it shrieks this mighty shriek that echoes around the cavern, and it joins the initiative order.
Oh boy.
And also, there's one next to Xalia. And also Zoaz, you can see one that has begun coming down from the middle of the pit.
Okay, so I can see the edge of this one, and then there's this one here. Those are the ones I can see, correct?
Yeah, you can see like the movement here, and then you can
Yeah,
see,
just barely.
Yeah, and then you can see two more that have joined the battle.
Oh, there's one there and one there. Okay.
Yeah. Continue and ignore this number.
Yeah, okay.
What number?
There isn't a number, don't worry.
Yeah, no
Oh,
number.
alright.
Zoaz is going to put a hand to his chest, take a deep breath, and put his faith in Selene and run forward. Let me do this. Let me roll damage on myself for 3 temporary hit points.
Sick.
And then he's going to run in front of Xalia and unsheath his scimitar.
You have a scimitar?
Show tell.
Okay. I was like,
Sorry.
what? I was like, did somebody give you a watermelon slicer?
He got one now.
I got lots.
Selene has many doors, said boy.
Alright.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay, which brings us to Xalia. Trouble afoot, but what's trouble to Xalia? But a mere trifle.
Uh-huh.
Or
Yeah, she's mostly just like,
yeah, at least that's what I understand.
Yep. So she's gonna take the damage from, the ring feather.
Okay.
And then, because she feels like we haven't committed to the bit hard enough yet, she's gonna use her action to become feather. But specifically, it's going to be the ring version of feather in Play the Vision.
Okay.
And she's gonna hide,
no.
go behind Twig feather. Gonna stay behind him,
Okay.
Oh no.
just in case.
You're shape-shifting into this, or casting Disguise Self?
Shapeshifting.
Okay.
Wait, how tall is Feather?
Feather is perhaps 5'7".
So Twig is just like a truncated version of.
You can grow up
You can
to a
change your
foot with
height.
Oh,
this
you can
guy.
grow. Okay.
I still like to imagine my feather is slightly too tall and Twig's is slightly too short.
Yeah, I can imagine that too.
It's not that it grows you, it's that it makes you look that way, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah,
physically
yeah.
change you
Okay, I wasn't sure
For-
like how
for Midden's
Disguise Self works.
benefit.
I'm mixing up it with the Disguise Kit. That's right. Sorry, continue.
Okay. Is that your turn, Xalia?
Yeah, it's my turn.
Okay. You go behind Twig. You are precariously close to the gap, but you are still firmly on solid ground, just to let you know. Indeed.
Thank you, Sigma.
Well, that was me, but I'm
Oh.
feeling back at her.
All
Good.
right. Plid, having been roused and reassured, looks around and he sees Feather Pastiche run behind him for cover, and then he looks around and is like, "Yeah, I could do this." And then he stares down Illusion Scary Feather. He's like, "You." Ah! And then he's going to think real hard about it.
Let's go, Plid. Let's go, Plid.
Let's go, Plid.
Let's go right in the mouth. She sticks her hand straight down his mouth.
As he is yelling, and his battle cry to psych himself up, he starts choking and coughing and hacking, and
Oh, God.
and perhaps some sort of like gag reflex is going on. You're not sure why. Maybe like a fly got stuck in his throat suddenly. Everyone. But he does pick up his giant ladle. and then he looks around, seeing many dangers. And that's his turn because it's an action. Let's see here. He does, however, take a like, even though he's under extreme duress, he does take a large stance. Like, he takes like this kind of like horse martial arts stance where he stamps one foot to his left, stamps one foot to his right, and he looks kind of like in a sumo wrestler pose. And he holds this giant ladle in front of him. He looks around. No one's getting past me, not even you. And he points towards the wall. He doesn't point towards anybody, but he's pointing towards the illusion.
Oh god.
This poor guy.
I was about to say, was it my general vicinity?
No, he's pointing north. Alright, Twig, what you got?
Oh no.
Would Twig know that Plid's name is Plid? Or, like, has that not been revealed yet?
We heard Feather say his name.
Okay. Twig, as Feather, is gonna draw his bow and say, Plid, watch out behind you. And he's gonna steady aim
Okay.
and take a shot at the hook horror behind him.
Watch out behind.
Oh my god! This is a nightmare.
Oh, let's go! Let's go! Alright, yeah, go for it.
All of the things work for Twig.
Really though?
What is happening in this fight?
Obscene damages.
Hey, the crit
Jesus.
roll worked.
This critical blow that you
Oh,
deal.
good, yeah, you're right.
This purple leathery hide, the arrow sinks into it deftly. As it's shrieking, you just don't even give it time to prepare itself, and you sink an arrow and knock it into like this section where the neck joins the chest, and it cuts it off with this choking, wet sound. And it takes a couple steps back and rights itself, and then looks like it's paying attention to you, Twig. It looks really hurt though. You got it good.
Unfortunately, I cannot run away. That'll be it for my turn.
All
That's
right.
crazy. It didn't even kill it.
Let's see here. One moment, I'm just double checking a feature. Okay. Alright, so this hookor that has made itself known, Zoaz is clambering down the wall, just skitter, and rushes forward and swipes its very deadly looking claws at you. Twice.
Hit.
19
Whiff.
and 13. Okay. These hooked appendages just... The hook sinks into you and deals 4 damage. It's like just claws against the back of your arm and the bicep. The next one.
Now that's concentration. Kurosm is concentration. So do I roll a con save?
You do.
Okay.
Get higher than a 10. Okay,
Heck yeah, saved.
concentration. Okay. And then from the other side of the wall and from the depths of the pit, this other hookor clambers around side. Xalia and Feather Twig, you can see it out of the corner of your eyes as it runs forward, and he like lunges, pulling itself from the lip of the chasm, and swipes both claws towards Xalia in an X formation, cross slash. An 18 and a no.
Yeah, that's gonna hit even if I shield, so yeah.
Okay.
I thought I had something else here for AC. But whatever.
Mage armor, maybe?
I don't cast it every time, but I thought I had something that gave me more AC. Oh.
5 damage to you. And
Yep.
and a concentration check, if anything is concentration.
I can't modify my HP. There we go. I'm pretty sure Phantasmal is... Yeah. So that's just con, right?
Yes, please.
Cool.
All right, you maintain phantasmal. You maintain the feather that is that is attacking Plid. This Hokor is going to assault Plid, but he who is ready and he has the stance. These are both at disadvantage.
Oh,
Dang, the second one got him anyway.
back they almost rolled a natural 20 on the second.
Alright, so this larger Hokor comes in and cleaves its hooks through the air. Plid bashes one of them away, just hitting it with the ladle, and there's a little shower of sparks going off. And while he's distracted with battering away the first hit, the Hokor comes in with another one and cleaves him across his bare and open chest, dealing 9 damage. Plid is reeling backwards. He takes another step. He's still maintaining a stance, but he's looking real bad. He is breathing heavily, bleeding from various arrow wounds.
No.
Pastiche as Feather. At the top of the round, Makayla, you notice a eerie orb of electricity come out of the rosy crystal and start heading towards heading towards the boy.
Mm-hmm.
He gets maybe like a third of the way down the electric tether. But go ahead, Pastiche.
Pastiche is gonna peek around Plid.
There's a Hokor there. It's got this
no.
shrieking beak, angry eyes.
As you get next to Makayla, she kind of like whispers, so how's this plan of yours going?
Different than I was expecting. And on that, we're gonna paint our big prismatic orb.
Y'all.
Swing it at
What's up?
Oh man.
Is this what you have me here for?
Where's this going?
at the Hokor.
Okay.
But they can-
Okay. The good news is the roll is not at disadvantage because Plid is not trying to harry you because you are currently feathered. Probably. The bad news is that a 12 does not hit.
Yeah.
Rip.
He gets in your way. Like he's trying to he's being hit by this Hokor, and he takes a step back and he bumps you right as you throw the chromatic orb, and it knocks it sideways and it blasts into a minecart, sending
Oh my god.
sending gemstones going everywhere.
Then we're
Like,
just gonna
oh.
step right back where we were.
All right.
He's like,
Hang in there, big guy.
Hang in there, big guy.
Oh my god.
He's looking pretty bad. He's heaving. Ugh. I'm doing my best. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, Chuman, you're up.
Okay.
Oh, mouse is not here.
From my vantage point, I can only see him halfway. I can only see this figure halfway. None of the hooks have seen me, correct?
You feel like you have escaped their notice, but you do not know for sure.
Hmm. Worth a shot. Chuman's gonna pull out his longbow and guess I actually can't see him right.
Okay, you're pulling.
Wait, is it? It's a disadvantage for this distance, correct?
for your longbow?
Yeah, am I not mistaken? I'm
No,
probably misunderstanding the range.
Up to 150 feet, it is not modified. After 150 feet, but before 600 feet, it is at a disadvantage. After 600
Okay.
feet, you cannot make an attack on that.
Okay, I don't know why I was thinking the opposite for some reason. Yeah, I'm Chuman after seeing the mini hooks drop down. Is going to pull out his longbow and he's going to fire one at
Okay.
the hook closest to Xalia and Twig.
This is a normal roll.
Fine with that. I'm not fine with that.
You take a longbow, you knock an arrow, and with a grunt, you pull it back and then let the arrow fly. As it's attacking Xalia, it clicks and just makes various sounds, and it ducks at the last moment, evading your arrow shot. It seems that these It seems that these horrors of the depths are able to see without sight. What else would you like to do?
Is the clicker noise still going,
Yes.
by the way?
Yep. In addition to the many clicks that the hook warriors are doing, the original device, you can still hear it above the melee.
And I still can't see that from my position.
No.
I have no idea where that thing is either. Alright, fine. Chuman is going to move forward. Still don't know where it's at.
Nope.
That's gonna be it then.
Yeah. You didn't see it being thrown, so you have no clue. And you're further back.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Makayla. Danger on all sides. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Can I have my Spectral Vulture, like, try and just, I guess, like, bite the wire, the cord,
Bite
to try
the
and
wire?
sever it? Yeah. Is that a thing I can do?
It's
Something to sever it.
not like a bite, but it would be sort of like a grab and pull, maybe.
Okay, yeah, like try and pull. Sure. I'm gonna like grab it in its like beak and like try and fly away
Okay.
effectively. It'd be how it would look.
Well, I guess you could, if it were like a regular mage hand, you could like pull apart something. So yeah, you could bite if you wanted to.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do to that
Okay.
wire effectively. Just trying to like sever it from the child because I don't like the vibes it's giving off.
All right. While that happens, give me an Arcana check. Or I guess for you it would be a nature check instead.
A nature check. Okay.
Okay. You see your spectral vulture bite into this electric tethered, and the ball just moves past it. The spectral vulture flickers out of existence for a moment, and then flickers back in. But it doesn't seem like you're doing anything or you have achieved any sort of like impeding its progress or done anything to the electric tether. It still holds strong between this little pod and the boy, and that ball is a-moving.
Was that an action?
It is an action to control the hand.
Alright, I guess I'll bonus action activate Shillelagh and I guess just end my turn.
Okay. Which brings us to Zoaz.
Having just, parried a blow from the hook horror in front of him, Zoaz is going to try to swing back
Okay, go for it. Oh no. Amid many clickings, the Hokor kind of like shrieks at you as you bring your Shodel down into it, and you strike it certainly, but it seems like you got a more chitinous, a tougher part of its body.
And also heroism kicks in
Let's go.
for 3 whole temp HP.
Let's go.
Zoaz is going to shift slightly this way, and that'll be his turn.
Jump off the mine tracks. Xalia.
I'm thinking. I think I have several ideas, and they depended on how things would go, and nothing went how I expected it to go.
Welcome to my chair.
Been there before, don't worry. That doesn't give me information if I should go stupid or not. Middling.
Oh, no.
Where's the clicky device?
You can hear it in this direction.
I see. Alright, well then the thing is annoying and in front of her, so... We're gonna drop concentration on Phantasmal because, more pressing concern.
Okay.
And fuck you.
Wow. Alright. So the Hokor is going to make a wisdom saving throw. What does it roll? It rolls a 12. Alright.
So she's gonna start... Question. Can I tell if it works or not?
Yes.
Okay. Then she's gonna start menacing it towards the cliff.
Okay. You certainly awaken some sort of primal sense of mortality in this beast, and you can see its demeanor shift, and you get the idea it doesn't want to be there anymore.
Another turn.
Okay, Plid, the big, bolstered by Feather Pastiche, he is going to take this huge ladle. He's going to bring it over his head and bash the Hokor's beak in its face. Let's see here. Let's see if this hits. Natural 20!
What a hero! Let's go! Yo!
Alright, that's not all. Where is it? He also does... This is a crit, okay. The thing is paced.
Oh god.
He brings this massive ladle over his head and says, "No one goes in!" and slams it against the Hokor's beak. It crushes it. It sends its big beaked face down its neck, and it crumples down to the floor. And he just keeps beating it and beating it and beating it.
It's really
into
funny
the
how
ground.
the NPCs get the really big funny crits.
Right? And he just mashes it into this purple hook paste. He's breathing heavy. No one. I have one job. I'm gonna do it.
This poor guy!
He stays true to his word.
And he turns around and he faces Feather Twig, Feather Xalia, and not Feather Zoaz, and he looks ready for more as he eyeballs the Hokors as well. He is not stanced, but he is definitely hurt, and something else funny happens. A 6. There is just a little, like a little. There's like a skull with like a tongue sticking out and like X'd out eyes. This symbol, this mark appears in the puddle of Khorzaire. It's just on that paste. Twig.
Is this like actually in narrative or?
Yes.
Okay.
That actually happens.
Okay.
Would Twig be able to see where exactly the clicking device is?
Yeah, you can maneuver. You would have to maneuver around Blid because he's kind of taking up the entire corridor. But you do know it's behind him somewhere.
Okay. First, Twig Feather is gonna raise his hands in the air and say, "Well done, Plid." And then, what I want to do is spawn a mage hand to pick up the clicking device.
Okay.
And drop it into the chasm.
Okay. Where
Well,
yeah,
you
we'll
skipped ahead of what I was gonna do in a few.
yeah, I'll say you saw where Feather ditched it. So action summon Mage Hand, both actually control it and chuck it.
Yes.
This is a wall.
Oh, there's a wall there?
Yeah. So you would have to bring it back towards you, and throw it that way, or you would have to throw it in this direction. Either way, you can do it. I mean, maybe it matters. I don't know if it matters, but I don't have to think about that right now. I only have to think about it after you make your decision.
I see. What was the first option again? Bring it back towards me and throw it which way?
Yeah, since this is a wall,
Uh-huh.
you can't throw
Oh.
it. Yeah.
Over there.
Okay. Yeah, you have to throw it this way. Like, bring it back towards you and then chuck it in the cliff this way. Or you go this way and chuck it this way.
I'll throw it the further away option,
Okay,
the ladder.
So this way and then that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mage Hand. Oops, ruler. Zoop. Alright, 30 feet. Okay, that works. You, as Plid is kind of like doing his victory, raise the ladle in the air, you spot between his legs the clicking device, and you snap your fingers and whisk it up in an invisible mage hand. Grab it, it flies off, and then hucks it into the pit. You guys can hear the clicking noise getting quieter and quieter, and just it makes like cartoon down the well plunk noises. But you don't hear the plunk because that never happens. But you successfully remove this device from your vicinity.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Alright, this one is going to attack Zoaz again. It's drooling from its beak now. Natural 20. And let's see here. So
This hardcore is kind of gaming.
Ka-ching. Ka-ching.
Dude,
Oh my
calm
God.
down.
14 piercing damage.
Gamer horror.
This other one, let's see here, is going
I-
to
I might be downed.
14 damage? Might be.
No, like if depending on the rolls of this next hit, I might be downed.
Oh, okay. And then cleaving into you, Zoaz, it starts moving towards you and just brings its face right in front of yours and just emits this horrid shriek. And gets Khorzaire drool on your face. The other one that is frightened is going to take one timid swipe at Xalia.
Do we have disadvantage for that?
He does.
Yeah, okay.
And then
She's going to like literally grab the hook
and then
and just let it go.
Okay. Okay. Like it takes a swipe, you grab it, and then it tries to pull away because it was just like a little timid, get away from me, and then it can't for a brief moment, and then it puts too much effort into it, and then it stumbles, falls off the cliff, and it disappears into the darkness. You hear it's just shrieking the whole way down as it dies a Disney villain death.
No, I thought it could Scrabble.
No, it's gone.
Well, Xalia's kill count grows ever larger.
Okay. This Hakor is done, which brings us back to Pastiche. There are many things going wrong. There are many things going right. You can decide what those are.
Oh, and I forgot to do this, but do I roll 2 con saves?
Yes, you do.
Well,
You lose concentration.
rest in peace, heroism.
Goodbye, heroism.
Your valiant ally has destroyed a Hakor. He's raising his ladle like sand people from Star Wars.
Pastiche softly pat Split on the back. The intruders are working with us. Focus on that hook thing. And I'll give him the help action.
Okay. Sure. Anything else?
Nope.
All
That's my
right.
turn.
Chuman. One beast has tripped and fell. One beast remains. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I didn't. Chuman is. Oh yeah, I guess I have no choice. Chuman is going to use his longbow after seeing the other hook fall over. Fall into the cavern and hear the clicking noise no longer being rampant. It's going to attack the remaining hook.
Okay, go for it. Let's see. These guys' AC. Unfortunately, as it cleaves into Zoaz, the exact moment it rushes forward to scream in its face is the exact moment that you go to shoot it, and it whiffs.
Do I still have this? A throw would be an action, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Chuman doesn't have anything else. That'll be it for him.
Okay. Let's see. Makayla, bad news. That ball's getting closer to the kid.
Alright, so like, what type of window is this? Is this just like a glass panel, or is it one that could be opened?
It is a small, like panel list. Like it doesn't have the cross wooden frame.
Mm-hmm.
It is a small glass window. It is about as big as your head.
Oh, that is significantly smaller than I was wanting it to be.
Yeah. It's maybe like it's maybe like as big as like a 14-inch monitor. So like as big as your head.
My biggest enemy this encounter is action economy. Just don't have enough actions. Ay. That's really annoying, actually.
I'm sorry.
Is there anything like sharp in the room
That
I could see
there is.
that would be under 10 pounds?
Yeah. Oh, in the room.
Yeah,
let's see here.
in the shack.
Yeah, let me see what I put in the room. There is, let's see here, my notes. There is a pickaxe, there is a hammer, there is, let's see here, some kind of like metal disc looks like a shield. There's a broom, there's a shovel, or a spade, depending on what you like.
Okay.
Those are the.
So
those are the.
nothing I can pick up really with my mage hand. It's only 10 pounds, right?
I think they are. Shovels are less than 10 pounds.
Oh, okay. Well,
Pickaxes are probably less than 10 pounds. Yeah. All of those items that I described are less than 10 pounds.
I'm trying to think. How fast can a mage hand move? 30 feet, so. Alright. Would I be able to have my vulture pick something, like, I guess, I don't know, the shovel or the hammer, whatever, and, like, fly it from one corner of the room into the machine on the desk to try and hit it, to try and, like, break it or something?
Okay, so you're trying to hit the pod with this mining implement, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you can do that.
Okay, effectively. Trying to damage it in some way.
Okay. Make an attack roll. Add your it's with the mage hand. Add your Arcana bonus if you have one.
My Arcana or spellcasting modifier?
Well, yeah, you're right. Add your Wisdom modifier and your proficiency.
Okay.
So make a melee spell attack using Wisdom.
Alright, sure. If only I had a way to do that on a quick and easy button.
Hey, shoutouts to Aya. Alright, a 15 works. So you direct your Spectral Vulture to hop off of the electricity tether. It like zigs and zags and crackles a bit, and it grabs one of the shovels and its talons, and then you direct it to wheel towards the pod and bonk it sideways. It falls over off the desk, clunk, shattering the crystal, and like the pod looks kind of like weird. There's this weird like kind of like yellow-green pus coming from it. It's gross. But what also happens is the electricity tether breaks with the shattering of the crystal, and it seems like that kind of danger is past.
Alright. My job here is done. I turn around. I'm like, oh my god, what has happened?
You turn around and take in the scene behind you. And then...
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, at the end of your turn, the music changes.
Oh.
Because that crisis is no longer happening. So, well done. We go to the regular battle music.
Oh, actually, I'd use my bonus action just to activate magic stones, just to prep them. But yeah.
Okay. Alright, from there, we come to Zoaz.
Zoaz is about to fall over.
Don't
This
know
dude's
that.
hurting. So he's going to cast Cure Wounds on himself. Decent. Nearly applied damage. And then... What can I even do? I mean, I guess that's my turn. I mean, I could move around. I don't really have many bonus actions.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Xalia.
What does she want? Okay, here's what she's gonna do. She's gonna walk up to Plid. Still as fucking Hisako Feather, by the way.
No.
She's gonna reach up. She's gonna pat him on the head and go, "Good job."
He doesn't know how to take this.
Feather turn.
Let's see here. Plid comes immediately after you. He accepts your head pats, but then since he has a job to do, he attempts to move past you or like brush you aside. So this was the shove action if you resist.
She's not resisting.
Okay, so he blusters past you towards this other hookor, and as he's running, he winds up and he takes this running golf swing at this hookor.
If he misses this with a 1, I'm going to lose my mind.
He has to roll twice because he has advantage on this attack.
True.
Oh my god.
He rolled 2 8s. It was within the realm of possibility. Alright.
So wait, Mario Party, he gets 10 extra hit, right?
Alright, so what happens is the hookor gets donked from a sweeping motion. The hookor gets donked, and actually it is lifted up and away from Zoaz as this giant ladle scoops it up and bashes it with such force that it is ejected from its space. And also it takes 11 damage.
Owie.
And that's Plid's turn. Let me see what. Oh, and Zoaz around in the area. You hear just the satisfying sounds, like the first few things of maybe like Twinkle Little Star. Just these soothing music notes.
That is soothing.
Twig, you also hear this as Plid jumps up or jumps a few steps and bashes his hookor. What would you like to do as Feather?
Twig is just gonna nod towards Plid and say, "Nice work."
I did it!
Oh yeah!
Still Feather.
Yeah, there's Twig Feather, Pastiche Feather, and Hisako Feather.
Yeah.
And other Hisako feather.
Other Hisako Feather is gone now.
Okay.
Yeah, her rage has been subsided.
Uh-huh.
Read meter.
What you got, Twig?
Would Twig know like what's inside the room?
Yeah, you can peek past Makayla, or like kind of, and she'll let you go and see in, and then you can see what's in there.
Okay.
Do you need a recap, or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Can I try to use Thieves' Tools to lockpick the door?
Absolutely, is an action to do so.
Yes, that's fine.
So go ahead and roll Thieves' Tools.
Excuse me.
Ooh, very nice. So
Okay.
you peek in, maybe like giving a little hop to look through the window over Makayla's shoulder, and then nodding, you go and set to work on the door. You get down on one knee, just roll out your Thieves' Tools bag, take the implements that you're familiar with, and then hurriedly you go in, insert them into this seemingly normal padlock. However, when you start manipulating it and doing your normal practice motions, it seems like the tumblers elude you. Like, you click one in and then it kind of shifts around for a brief moment, but you take a moment and realize that there's something wonky about this lock, and you remember your training and what you were taught to do in certain measures like these back in that other city. And then, taking a deep breath, you go in and click these evading tumblers, and behold, you unlock the door.
What a gamer.
How dare you call Twig that?
Sorry, I didn't mean it.
Okay, Twig is definitely a fucking gamer. Twig is like top 2 gamer energy in this party.
Twig plays Fortnite for sure.
Yeah.
Alright, Twig, you unlock the door and you take off the padlock. What would you like to do?
Twig Feather is gonna motion to the boy inside and say, "No one's allowed in there. Get out."
Okay.
I believe he is unconscious.
Yeah,
That he is.
you didn't have a whole lot of time to see when you hopped in. And peeked over Makayla's shoulder, but now with the door open and pointing at him, you have pointed at an unconscious boy.
Get out!
Yeah, Makayla will just say, like, I believe he is unconscious.
He unfortunately cannot acquiesce to your demand, Feather Twig, but Makayla confirms that he is unconscious.
Gamer.
Yeah. Yes, I can see that now.
All right.
That'll be Twig's turn.
Okay. The remaining Hookor stumbles a bit, shrieks, and goes and runs forward, taking 2 attacks. One at the huge body that just assaulted him, and one at Zoaz.
Sigma, you do not. There's not space to lap right now, but you're still gonna try to do it. Okay.
Alright. That hits Plid. Does a 20 hit you, Zoaz?
A 20 does hit me,
Okay.
unsurprisingly.
7 piercing
Oof.
damage. As this hook carves into you from behind. You see like this hook curve around you, Zoaz, and just slam into your chest, getting blood everywhere on your raiment. And also, Plid, in his valiant efforts, cannot weather this last blow, and as the hook slams into his bicep, it rips a part of it off, and then the Hookor goes again, slamming into his belly and carving the nasty gash into it. Plid stumbles a bit, these heavy steps, shaking the immediate area around you, Zoaz and Xalia. He takes, and then falls backwards over, and on his back.
I'm not moving. Sigma.
Poor Plid.
And Plid is down.
He was so young.
Okay, I don't know about that one.
Well, one out for the homie.
The Hookor jumps on top of him and continues cleaving into him. Pastiche, what would you like to do?
Gaslit to death.
Love how we just.
Behind the rock.
Plid, no!
Sigma, that's my. Sigma just
And
headbutted
then-
me in the tit. Help.
Oh
We're having this emotional moment, and Sigma refuses to allow you to partake.
Alright,
no.
Pastiche.
Pastiche is going to attempt to chomp the monster that killed his best friend.
Do it.
Oh god.
Yeah.
It's like Feather's face just like elongates unnaturally.
Yeah.
A 21 hit.
Exactly.
The feathers we made along the
Surge of
way.
emotion.
It's looking pretty hurt from the blow that Plid delivered and from your bite. It is not okay. You definitely take a bite out of crime.
Yeah.
The crime of slaying Plid the Big.
Tastes like revenge.
Alright, Chuman.
Chuman is going to pull out his axe and dagger, and he's going to run straight at the hook, and he's going to slice this guy
Okay.
with a hand axe.
You have advantage on all these because you're kind of like encasing it in a delta formation.
Yeah, cool. And during the run, you can see just the kind of like a dimly white glow coming from somewhat shadows. 15 hit?
15 absolutely hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he, after slicing, goes to stab for the dagger. I missed a hit normal.
Okay.
Oh.
22 also hits.
No crit. Alright, it's fine.
All right. So Chuman frees enough to do it as you run out with this white glow from the darkness. How would you like to take us out of combat?
While the hook is distracted between Plid's dead body and Feather Pastiche, oddly biting this lone hook, Chuman carves the back of its body with the hand axe, and then seeing the open wound, stabs it right at this weak point, and the hook clicks a couple times, but the click slows down, and then it just falls.
And then before you, the hook cord slumps down to the ground on the mine tracks. It's bleeding over the wooden planks that keep this part from falling into the cavern, into the crevice. And in that moment, it seems that the danger has passed. You all look around at the deceased hookers and Plid, who was valiant to the last, yet seemingly, at least in life, was able to perform his job and prevented people from entering the shed because no one has gone in quite yet.
Dutiful.
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
ground.
nobody's allowed in there. Get out.
10
Yeah.
did his job perfectly.
All right. And amid this mayhem, you can see some blood splatters on the rocks from the hook horror, but also something that looks oddly dried and seems that it's been there for a little longer. But you all collect yourselves, and you look towards the door that Twig has managed to open, and and what would you like to guys? What would you all like to do?
Makayla's definitely gonna go inside the shed and try and check, and I guess do like kind of like a check on the boy, see if he's okay, see if there's any like obvious injuries and whatnot.
Okay, go ahead and roll medicine.
Aye, Captain.
Chuman is gonna breathe a sigh of relief and use cast cure wounds on Zoaz.
Okay. Makayla, you bend down and look over this boy with a certain look, and maybe brush his messy red hair out of his face. He is manacled hand and foot. He himself is filthy. This small shed looks like a tool shed. It contains like a sort of mining equipment. It used to contain that pod, which is now on the ground and destroyed. There's like another backpack hung over a chair. There's no book. So the boy, though, he is covered in grime and rock dust. His clothes are ruined and like tattered, frayed. His face is slack. He definitely appeared. Would you roll for? Oh, 22. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He. You can tell that he is malnourished. He needs a lot of rest. He needs medical attention for one, and he has like weird residue on his skin, primarily like around his wrists and his ankles where he is manacled, and also around his neck and cheeks. It's just this strange kind of like slimy residue. You don't dare touch it, but you notice it.
Where was like the wire attached?
It was attached to. You mean like where was it on his person?
Yeah, on him. Was it
Okay.
like an IV or was it like
No, it's just like an electric tether, like just a form of electricity. It wasn't an actual wire.
Oh, okay.
But it was attached to his chest.
Okay.
And yeah, this dude's in bad shape. He looks extremely neglected and malnourished and all that other stuff that I said.
Alright.
And since you rolled so high, also you can tell that he is barely breathing. Like it's a very shallow breath. That is not normal of sleeping. He's definitely asleep, but there's something else affecting him.
Okay.
That is causing this ragged breathing. Maybe he's sick.
Sure.
Maybe he has a cold.
Well, do a few things. First, I will use this slot. One of the Goodberry hard candies.
Okay.
And just sort of place it in his mouth. Give him the 1 hit point and enough nourishment to sustain a creature for a day.
Okay.
Just as he, let it kind of dissolve in his mouth, I guess. And then I will cast Prestidigitation to kind of clean him up and like warm his clothing or whatever's left of it.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And then just kind of like pick him up. Or how big is he?
He's a small
Like-
child.
like how
You guess that
aged?
he's preteen.
Okay.
You also notice that
Maybe
and looking over him, you can't pick him up because he is shackled to the wall.
Oh, he's still shackled to the wall. Sorry, I thought it was just like. I see. Yeah. What else
But
do I see?
as you put in this hard candy and you dissolve, he doesn't move or acknowledge that anything has happened. It doesn't rouse him, is what I'm trying to say.
Sure, that's fair. No response.
Yeah.
Yeah, Makayla would still, regardless, be sort of saying to him, it's like, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna get you out of here. And then would sort of peek it back out, call back out to Twig. Notice Twig is not right there. Would you be able to help remove these shackles on the boy?
Twig takes a look at the shackles.
Okay. But go ahead.
Would I be able to try to take them off with thief stools?
Yeah, you take a look at these manacles, shackles, things. They appear sturdy, but they're old. You could probably take these off. You've maybe had to do something like this once or twice, so you're familiar with how these locks are. Yeah, you could. Would you like to, or you want to do anything else? You want to just kill the kid?
I swear to God.
Destroy child.
Nah, I think no.
All right.
Not for now.
Maybe later.
Okay, so if you would like to go ahead and unlock the manacles using Thieves' Tools, go ahead and roll Thieves' Tools. Very nice.
Maybe Twig does play Fortnite.
Okay, so you take out your tools, and immediately as you begin working, you notice that there's something smeared in and around the lock, and also on the kid's skin, like on his wrist and stuff, and his ankles. But not paying much attention to it, you go ahead and continue off. You do unlock the locks, and they all come off, and you break the manacles loose. But I need both Makayla and Twig to make a
Oh, boy.
Constitution saving throw.
No problem.
Oh. Okay. Makayla, as this puff of smoke, this green, rancid smoke comes out of each of the manacles, you quickly
cover myself with like a scarf or shawl. Back up.
And take a step back, reeling and prevent it from entering your circulatory system. And you watch as Twig, who does not have the same reaction as you do, he inhales involuntarily and falls face forward, pratfalls thunk into the wood. And he is unconscious. You're not at 0 though.
While all of this is going on, Pastiche, after watching Chuman heal the very alive and well Zoaz, is going to hold both hands out towards him, palms up, like, get his attention, and then move his arms towards our big friend on the ground.
Chuman looks over to Zoaz.
Zoaz looks at the both of them and says, "Friends, I may be a man of faith, but I don't believe that I have the power to raise the dead."
Wow.
Believe you me, I do not wish to see him fall, but I'm just not strong enough, my friend. I'm sorry.
Pastiche sighs. Does the hand over the eyes thing that you do when people die in media.
Mm-hmm.
You fought well, friend.
Zoaz is going to step around Plid. Not over, but around.
Thank you.
And move towards the shack after seeing Twig disappear into it. And come upon this scene.
Yeah, you'd hear like muffled coughs, I guess.
And a thunk. Zoaz begins running into the shack.
Can I?
Are we able to see the smoke like coming out of the shack?
I guess prestidigitation wouldn't be able to get rid of that. Okay.
It's not like a billowing smoke, it's just a puff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's not visible outside, and inside might be kind of green and hazy, but it is dissipating.
Zoaz is going to like bring up his cloak over his muzzle, basically, and run in, look around, see both the child and Twig, and first he's going.
We're trapped. Who's seen?
Zoaz nods, and first he's going to appeal to Selene to give him the strength to aid both these people. And then he's going to give himself another second level spell slot and try to cast Lesser Restoration on both the child and Twig.
Okay. A second level spell slot? No higher than half your proficiency bonus, not your level.
Oh, shoot, sorry. That's bad, actually.
Yeah,
That's
because
bad.
One.
Yeah.
On a completely unrelated note, do you think we level up off that combat?
Find out next time if you make it out of this cave.
Yeah, jokes.
Heckin'...
You can take back the Channel Divinity if that ruins your plans.
It does not ruin my plan.
Okay.
Chuman yells into the room. If you bring one of them out, I can use my healing spell one more time.
Zoaz is going to look to Makayla and say, "You take the child," and he will try to grab Twig and bring him out of the house, the shack.
Okay. This happens.
Is there any like residue left of the poison that, like, while Makayla is picking up this child, she can try and like
Avoid it.
maybe try and get it. Yeah, we'll avoid, but also just like not the gas, but like what was like on his wrists, I guess, and the chains, not the chains, but the manacles.
Yeah. What are you trying to do with it? I'm
Just
not
trying to like get a sense, like look at it
Okay.
closer.
Is it
yeah,
still a
closer to
threat,
the
I
like-
think, is the idea.
No, not necessarily, but just trying to identify if it's possible
okay.
to try and identify what it was.
Sure. Roll. Roll medicine or nature, your choice.
I much prefer medicine. Hell yeah.
Okay.
22.
This is definitely a foreign substance. It's definitely a harmful
Mhm.
substance. It's definitely some sort of contact poison. This residue, anyway. You aren't familiar with it, but you can definitely kind of figure out using the context clues and what you do know of, medicinal herbs and such, that whatever it is, it has definitely lulled the boy into, and also your bird friend, into some sort of slumber. It doesn't appear to be harmful, like it's not killing him, but it's definitely put him under.
Okay. But yeah, while doing that, I pick up the boy, carry him out
Okay.
of the room.
Okie dokie.
Um,
Chuman looks to see any scars or cuts. Is he all right? Does he have anything?
Is severely malnourished and cold, and this poison hasn't helped anything. He needs proper medical attention, but he will be okay.
And as for Twig,
We shall see, my friend.
I believe there was a trap. The manacles themselves had some sort of gas, and I believe he was simply knocked out.
Zoaz puts a hand in front of him, like he prays for a moment, and then waves it over Twig in an attempt to expunge the poison from his body.
You get a +1 on the next thing you do for using that dollar word, expunge.
Heck yeah.
Alright, removes. Okay, so you put your hand on Twig, Zoaz, and beckon the light of Selene into this young Kenku's life, and with a couple coughs and gasps, fresh, moon-touched air fills this this person's lungs, and the poison is expunged. Twig, you rouse. You're a little groggy. You don't feel very good, but you're otherwise fine. You feel like you slept for 3 days.
Twig, coughing and clearing the last of the poison from his lungs, says, "What happened? What did I miss?"
It seems we were too hasty in unshackling the boy. He was trapped, and there was a poison, and it knocked you out. But that's really it. Very little time has passed.
Twig nods to Zoaz and says, "Thank you for helping me."
It is of no concern, though unfortunately I do believe that was the last of the miracles I can work today.
you need to leave this cave so that we can actually have some medical attention to this boy. Unfortunately, my own spells are not sufficient.
But our good friend Mouse, she followed Feather down.
That is.
Feather is a threat, but the boy's safety takes priority.
Yeah, we should.
I'm sure Mouse knows her way around these caves.
Makayla would nod at that in agreement. We shouldn't be going deeper into the caves with an injured, sick child.
I agree. And I suppose she was coming here on her own without us. So.
And I suppose we've lost any element of surprise we would have had otherwise. Sorry, we would have had in the first place with this encounter. She kind of gestures at the situation.
Zoaz shakes his head.
The situation with a capital S.
Yeah.
Rescuing this boy is our mission, so we should get him to attention before we decide to proceed further.
Does this boy actually look similar to Orion?
To Alzir?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He shares the same fiery hair. A very boyish, childlike face, but there is some resemblance. He's got freckles on his nose and in his cheeks. And yeah, he has kind of cheek length, messy hair that doesn't look like it's been combed in a month. But yeah, it kind of like as you move him and jostle him, it kind of like moves around his head, as if it's a stretch, but as if his head were on fire because it's that color.
Sure.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Additionally, as you're moving him around and carrying him out and just checking to see if there is a resemblance, maybe like the shoulder of whatever like tattered robe or cloak he's in from the livery of House Dorian, that kind of like moves down a bit, and you can see that there's some sort of marking on the blade.
What kind of marking?
Yeah, you take it off, and Chuman, you notice it immediately. Makayla, and anyone else, it takes you guys a little moment. This is a dragon mark. He is clearly belonging to a house that has these symbols on their bodies that kind of denote like certain types of nobility. And it appears this boy's is on his shoulder.
Okay. Well, I guess that's most likely, yeah, that's probably as definitive as proof. So we're gonna guess this is our child.
He is most definitely the child that we are searching for. He has the mark, though different from what I wear.
You have a.
Alia's gonna walk by, see the mark, and just put it on her neck.
Oh no.
Don't suppose it works like that, but.
Huh. Cool move.
I just hope there's not more like him down here. But I suppose this cave is no place for this child, so let's I guess retreat for now. But this is actually Makayla will will tell What is this? Oh, it's the mark. Okay.
I put the mark in the chat just for fun.
Sure.
I'm gonna do my own intelligence check real quick to see if Zoaz remembers. Yeah, he remembers. How will we escort him out? The bridge we entered on has been burned entirely.
Oh. That is true. I mean, we swim, but fair
It
enough.
is by a pool of water. You either grapple your way over the water or you swim.
I understand we are in a desert, my friends, but swimming with an unconscious body is a bit more difficult than it may sound.
No, Makayla nods. Well, there's has to be other ways out. I believe. I mean, you would make a mine with only one entrance and exit, and Mao said this was a secret entrance to it, anyways. So I guess then our choice is then to simply hold on to this child for now and keep pushing forth. But we should also take, I guess, what remains of whatever contraption was sending electricity into the boy, as proof for the as proof for Vasarako that of who's involved.
Twig nods.
Zoaz is going to tilt his head because he never saw such a thing, but he's going to nod.
Mikhail kind of like tilts her head, gestures into the shed, that there's a, it's in there. But she's holding the child, so she kind of can't do it herself.
Zoaz will shrug
You'll
and
see.
say, I will defer to your judgment.
You'll see it when you're in there. It's on the ground. You can't miss it. It's literally whatever's left of it should be there still.
Twig nods and says, I don't think Viravaj would have been charitable enough to send that elevator back down, so moving forward may be our best bet.
So there's nothing. I guess I already did an investigation check, but when I did, there was no like identifier, like piece of anything that could be used as like an identifier for our big friend, our dearly departed.
Oh, I mean, he's got really the only thing that Plid had on his person was legit just his kilt, his ladle, and his sandals. Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. Probably should have taken those off their guards. That's my bad. I forgot about that. Though I guess we didn't have any proof back then, but that's fine. Alright.
Okay.
Nope.
Well,
Yeah.
as you all look around with the boy in tow and having roused Twig, look around trying to decide how to exit this tunnel, and deciding on a plan of action, you talk amongst yourselves, with Makayla gently cradling the young Kitlali, Orion. And as you bring this charge, or seek to bring this charge upward toward the surface, and you realize or you start getting more inklings about what may be at stake here in Baskar. Your determination grows, your foresight grows, and your knowledge of the area, and of what kind of arcane magics can be here, and what beasts you might encounter. You learn more, and you start heading back towards the surface. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.